Hello, everybody. My name is Reinaldo Rodríguez. I am a candidate master from Venezuela. Today, we are going to talk about my second coach, the international master, Alberto Barreras. But before I start with that, I would like to say a special thanks to one of the most influential viewers that we have in the channel, who became the first donor of this project. His name is David Durbin, who actively participates with his comments and suggestions, helping us to grow and motivating us to continue giving the best for you. We received from him some money as a donation. Thank you very much to David. This money is used for the growth of the channel. We are debuting with new format, and also we have a new light as well. I hope that you enjoy more the quality of the video, and thank you to all the viewers and spectators. Don't forget that if you enjoy this kind of content, if you can consider subscribe and share the link of the video and with some likes, that is very highly motivating for us. Thank you very much. About my second coach, Alberto Barrera, I'm going to tell you a very brief biography. He born in Cuba in the city Cienfuegos in 1951, and he passed away in Valencia, Venezuela. That's the city where I live, actually, in 2015. By profession, he was an industrial biochemist with a degree in physical culture and sports. For sure, international master. And also another important thing is that he was the founder of the postal chess movement in Cuba. About this, I still have some nice memories when we traveled to some national tournaments. Usually when one participate in teams competitions, I used to be the reserve of the team. Because of that, I used to spend a lot of time with my coach in the rooms of the hotel. In this place, we used to analyze a lot of his correspondence games. Basically, he used me for this, but really we have a very nice time doing that. So some of his qualities, he used to work a lot for the team, and also the solidarity that he have with all us was a lot helping us, in each specific game. Also, about him, he was a man with a lot of culture and great passion for reading. To continuation, we are going to analyze one of his most representative games. This is a game that he played against the world champion Vasily Smyslov in the Capablanca Memorial in Cuba in 1973. So let's start with this. In the game, Barrera was playing as white pieces, and he opened the game with e4. Also, we have to say that Barrera used to be a d4 player, but considering this way to play, seems to be like he was thinking in a very specific way to play for this game. So Vasily opened with e5. We have the Rui Lopez opening. And here after a6, Alberto did the change variant. In my opinion, this was a clever decision, because if you are facing an ex-world champion, really you would like to say to play some safe openings, probably looking for the quality. And here, after short castle, queen e7. So queen e7 is to protect the pawn. There is some more aggressive variants here, that bishop g4, that protects the pawn in the indirect way because of the pin, and also f6. But here with queen e7, the idea of this way to protect the pawn is looking for a quick long castle, and that is what the ex-world champion did. So Barrera opened the center with d4, and after pawn takes, knight takes, bishop d7. We have centralization of the knight, the bishop control the knight, and black is ready to castle long. So knight c3 long castle, and here knight b3. About this move, well, out of the fire line, here seems to be like black can do some discovering attacks, but at the moment there is no nice target to do that at the moment. So knight f6, queen e2 out of the fire line of the rook, and here g6. This way to play is normal when the standard diagonal is close. Usually look for the fianchetto. It's a nice solution. So f3, controlling the knight, and after knight h5, bishop e3. So in this moment of the game, Vasily did a move that is very logical. Right now, we have some imbalance in the position. The valuation is more or less balanced, but black have the bishop pair, but white have a better pawn structure. White have 4 versus 3, kingside majority, because here black have double pawns. So really these 3 pawns, that 4 pawns that black have on the queen side, really are being stopped by the 3 pawns of white on the queen side. So really we can say that white have a kind of virtual extra pawn. But as black have the bishop pair, black would like probably to open the position, and for that reason Vasily did f5, striking in the center immediately. Here, important to mention that the engine suggests here rook ga, looking for g5, g4, because after all, this is an opposite castle position. And remember, in opposite castle situation, you have to attack the enemy castle. If the castle have some weakness, you have to attack with pawn storm. If there is no weakness, you have to attack with pieces first to provoke pawn advance, and later do the pawn storm. So in this case, for both players, okay, black have a rook to pawn on g4, and white have a rook to pawn in the opposite flank on b5. But as we can notice, the knight on b3 is blocking the b pawn, and seems to be like it's going to take more time for white to get the rook to pawn in that sector of the board. But okay, f5, the move that Vasily did, is also quite logical. Rook a1, normal centralization, bishop g7, and here knight c5, typical middle game plan, chasing the bishop with the knight. Here we have knight f4, chasing the queen, and here queen c4. Okay, to square away of the knight, avoiding the attack of the knight. Bishop e5, supporting the knight. Also, by the way, here important to mention that in case of the capture, black can recapture here with a check. So the bishop is kind of overloaded. But after queen c4, the knight on c5 is defended, and the pawn, the knight on f4 now is really hanging. So for that reason, Vasily did bishop d5. Now knight takes. Okay, this move is good for many reasons. White is trading a knight for the bishop. That, generally speaking, is something good, removing black bishop pair. And in other hand, white is simplifying, because any endgame should be better for white because of the better pawn structure. Rook takes. Here we go, more simplifications. And queen c5. This is a kind of fork, despite there is no pieces attacked at the same time. This is a threat, and a piece is hanging on e5. So bishop takes on c3 to try to fight for the initiative. But after pawn takes, we still have the same kind of fork, pieces hanging, and the queen getting the invasion square. So b6, okay, black wins a tempo attacking the queen. So white is not ready to take the knight. But after queen c4, white renew the same fork. The bishop is the knight is under attack, and the pawn is hanging at the same time. Knight e6, and finally here, after the capture with check, white is winning a pawn. Important to say that the valuation of this position at the moment is +2, so white have a considerable advantage, not only material, also positional, considering that there is a bishop versus knight battle with pawns in both flanks. So king ba, rook to the open file, and now here we have c5. c5 is important because the threat was bishop takes on b6 with checkmate if you move. c5, trying to close the diagonal for the dark square bishop. And here we are going to see probably an inaccuracy, queen c4. About this backward move, the queen is well placed there, is in a safe location in relation with the knight, but as we are in an opposite castle position, really in this kind of situation, there is no time to lose. And the best continuation here will be a4, that is the thought engine suggestion, looking for get the rook to pawn and try to open the position. So really this move looks very intuitive, seems to be easy to think, but maybe the reason of this queen c4 is, let's see a sample one. In case of a4, rook da, a5, and now queen a4. With this move, black gets the invasion square, attacking the pawn, but overall pinning the pawn on a5. Now, white cannot continue with the wished capture on b6 because the queen will be hanging on a6. Maybe this kind of variant was the reason in order to select the backward move with the queen on c4. Here, the computer suggests the sacrifice of the rook on b6, because later the knight can be hanging on e6. That variant is interesting, but white have to take some risk sacrificing material. So normally when you have a clear superior position, you don't want to take unnecessary risks if you can keep pushing without allow any kind of contact. Maybe that's the reason of this. Of this move. after c5, queen c4, just to get the rook to pawn, but preventing some queen a4 ideas. So, okay, black did rook da. Here we go, looking for the rook to pawn. And now black play here f4, what makes a lot of sense because black have the knight, and with the knight, really, we would like to keep the position close. So Alberto retrieved the bishop to f2. Now queen c6, making rook for the rook and also keeping the queen ready to defend the new base. a5, king b7, pawn takes, and now rook a1. White create intersection point on a6. He's ready to get the invasion square, looking for some attacks there. And here black fight for the control of the open file with rook a8. Okay, now in the same order of ideas, white continue with the simplification because white have before a virtual extra pawn, but now this is a real extra pawn. Vasily, the ex-world champion, is still fighting very well because he has some mobility on the queen side, and also his position is very solid there. Okay, queen d5. About this move, maybe not the best, but in my opinion, a quite practical decision because with this move, really there is no chance to weigh against the world champion if something goes wrong. No queens, and also deciding to play the endgame with bishop versus knight and extra pawn seems to be like a very wise decision. Takes, knight c7 attacking on d5, c4 protecting to square away, and now we have this maneuver. The knight used to be very well placed in front of the most advanced pawn of the opponent, and from here is going to attack the base that cannot be defended from behind. So that means that black is going to recover the pawn because this is a liar square, and the bishop on the direct square won't be able to protect the pawn. As there is normally when we are in situations where we cannot defend something, we have to look for counterplay, and that is exactly what Alberto did here. He moved bishop h4, looking for target the pawn on f4, but also playing this move to support possible advance of the pawn. So double threat, bishop d7 and bishop g5. Black continue with the plan, bishop g5, knight takes, pawn takes. So here white still have the extra pawn, but black is activating the pieces on the queens, and also this majority, this 2 versus 2, is ready to advance, and this king is far than this king from this central pawn. So in f1, Alberto start to centralize the king, and now Vasily move the knight to target the pawn, but also making room for the pawns to start to use his majority. Remember, when we have a majority, we need to create a pass pawn in that sector of the board. So c3, b5, here we go. King e2, knight c4. Here, maybe b4 is an option to consider, but I suppose that in that case, the king will be very close to the pawns after takes, and king d3. So black kept the tension, okay, with knight c4. This is a very important move. Okay, king d3, and here knight b6. The knight attacks the pawn. The unique way to protect the pawn is with king e4. Now here b4. So this way to create the pass pawn was much better because with the attack over d5, black is distracting the king to the protection of the pawn. So for that reason, in order to stop the pass pawn, eventually white needs to use the bishop. So pawn takes, king e5. Okay, white is just pushing, trying to promote his own pawn as well. b3, threatening b2 and promotion. So bishop c1, unique move. And here king c7. Black at the end start to centralize the king as well. King e6, king d8. The king is occupying the promotion square, so it will take more time for white to promote the pawn. d6 and knight d7. So keeping the blocking on the lie squares, there is a warranty that white won't be able to advance the pawn. Eventually, that is needed for white in order to try to convert his material advantage at the moment. So for that reason, here Alberto decides to employ another common plan in the endgame, that is attack the vulnerable pawn that used to be the base of the pawn chain, or also the isolated pawns. Here, two possible plans can be come back with the king to attack this guy, or also attacking the base here. Really, the attack of the base makes more sense because there is no way for black to protect the pawn, at least with his king, and white is hoping to create a kingside majority. So black did 95 check, and after king g7, 93, same principle. As there is no way for black to defend these pawns, he's looking for counterplay here with his pass pawn in the other flank. So bishop a3, and here we have another important move, 91. In case of b2, white can simply capture the pawn and later capture the other pawn, and that endgame with the knight versus 3 pawns is going to be very difficult to defend for black. So this move, forking those pawns, is very clever. Really, the player that have material disadvantage would like to trade pawns, not pieces. In that order of ideas, this move is very good. King takes, knight takes, king a6. Here the capture is possible, but in case of the capture, black can do the check, trading more pawns. In order to prevent that and kick some tension, Alberto did knight a6. By the way, the position at the moment is completely balanced. King d7, king g5, knight e1, attacking on f3, white push, and after this fork, this pawn falls, f5, knight g4, f6, black trade, and here the draw was agreed because white have to capture, and after the capture, black is going to push the pawn, and white will be forced to take the pawn, and d6 is going to fall, for example. Here, king takes. The possible finishing for the game can be king takes, b2, to deflect the bishop of the protection of the pawn, and after bishop takes, king takes, and the game is going to end in a draw. So about this game, nice performance about my coach against an ex-world champion. Really, what an amazing and fantastic result. For sure, these were not be the gold years of Vasily, but still, he was an ex-world champion. So, well, guys, I hope you enjoy the analyze and the comments of this game, and also let you know a little bit about my history as a chess player, about my coach. Really, the game was very exciting, not a boring draw as used to be those kind of results. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget like and subscribe, share with your friends, and look here for more videos on the channel.